Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How many of you have ever felt like you've given your all to someone only to be left wondering why they didn't come back? You see, relationships, just like life, are about energy, about the way we show up. If you want to attract the right man or rekindle the flame with the one you've already got, you've got to understand one thing: it's not about what you say or even what you do, it's about how you make them feel. Today we're going to dive deep into the behaviors, the mindset, and the energy that make men not just return, but stay. Because let me tell you this, you have the power to create a magnetic pull. The kind that turns heads and changes hearts. But it starts with you. Are you ready to unlock that power? When you step into a room, the energy you carry speaks louder than anything you say. Confidence isn't about boasting or putting on a front. It's about owning who you are and being unapologetically yourself. It's the inner belief that you are worthy of love, respect, and success. When you exude this confidence, you create an aura that naturally draws others toward you. People gravitate to that energy because it's magnetic. They sense that you don't need their validation, but you're open to their presence. On the other hand, desperation has the opposite effect. Desperation is the result of insecurity and fear of not being enough, fear of being alone, or fear of losing control. When you operate from a place of neediness, it becomes all-consuming, and that energy is palpable. Men, just like anyone, can feel it from a mile away. It creates a sense of pressure, and pressure isn't attractive, it's suffocating. Desperation makes others feel like they are your only source of happiness, and that is a burden they don't want to carry. When you are confident, you don't feel the need to chase, to beg, or to plead for someone's attention. You recognize that you are whole as you are, and if someone wants to join your life, they need to match the energy you bring. Confidence also allows you to set boundaries, clear ones that communicate your value and what you're willing to accept. You don't settle, and this sets a standard for how others will treat you. Confidence becomes a silent yet powerful message: I am enough and I don't need to prove it. Self-love is the foundation upon which all healthy relationships are built. It's about understanding that you are worthy, deserving, and enough just as you are, without needing anyone else to validate that for you. When you value yourself, you send a clear message to the world that you are a person of worth. This internal belief is not something that can be faked or forced. It must come from within. You can't expect someone to treat you with love and respect if you don't first extend those qualities to yourself. When you practice self-love, you start to set standards for how you expect to be treated. You no longer tolerate behavior that doesn't align with your value. You don't settle for less than what you deserve because you know you are worthy of the best. When you love yourself, you are also better equipped to give love to others. You can offer kindness, patience, and understanding without the fear of depletion or being taken advantage of, because you are filled with a sense of self-worth. On the flip side, when you lack self-love, you are prone to seeking validation from others to fill that void. This creates a cycle where you continuously rely on external sources to affirm your worth, which is unsustainable. This neediness becomes visible, and it can push people away instead of drawing them closer. When you don't love yourself, you send out an energy of lack, and others pick up on it. They may start to treat you the way you treat yourself, without respect or appreciation. Self-love is not just a feeling, it's an ongoing practice of honoring who you are, acknowledging your strengths, and forgiving your flaws. Unpredictability is an essential ingredient in creating lasting attraction. When a person is always the same, always predictable, it can become monotonous and boring. But when you bring an element of surprise, mystery, and excitement into your interactions, you create a dynamic energy that keeps people intrigued. Men, like anyone, are naturally drawn to the unknown. When they can't predict your every move, they become curious, wanting to know more. That curiosity leads to engagement, and engagement builds attraction. Being unpredictable doesn't mean playing games or being manipulative. It means not revealing everything about yourself all at once. It's about maintaining a level of mystery, allowing someone to discover different layers of who you are over time. When you're unpredictable, you don't give away all your thoughts, feelings, or intentions immediately. Instead, you allow the relationship to unfold in a way that sparks excitement and anticipation. This doesn't mean being hot and cold or sending mixed signals. It's about keeping a sense of individuality and holding back some aspects of yourself that keep the other person wanting to learn more. Men are drawn to women who challenge them in a positive way, who make them work for their attention, and who keep things exciting. Predictability often leads to complacency, while unpredictability keeps the spark alive. When you're always the same, people start to take you for granted, but when there's an element of surprise, you keep their focus. Being unpredictable means embracing spontaneity, trying new things, and allowing room for growth and change within the relationship. It's the secret ingredient that creates an irresistible magnetism that others can't help but be attracted to. Respect is not just something you expect from others, it's something you must first give to yourself. When you respect yourself, you acknowledge your worth and hold yourself to a high standard. This means knowing your boundaries, understanding what you will and won't tolerate, and standing firm in your values. When you embody self-respect, you teach others how to treat you. People mirror the energy you give off, so if you show that you respect yourself, others will naturally follow suit. Self-respect requires a deep sense of integrity. It's about aligning your actions with your values even when it's difficult. It's about honoring your emotions, needs, and desires and not compromising them to please others or gain their approval. When you respect yourself, you don't settle for less than you deserve. You won't accept disrespectful behavior, and you won't allow anyone to treat you in ways that diminish your value. This mindset creates an unspoken confidence that draws people to you because they can sense that you won't tolerate anything that doesn't align with your sense of self-worth. Demanding respect from others isn't about being confrontational or aggressive. It's about living in a way that makes it clear that you value yourself. People who respect themselves set the tone for how they want to be treated. They don't beg for attention or validation because they know their worth. When you embody self-respect, others are less likely to take advantage of you. They will recognize that they must meet you on the same level, respecting your boundaries, your time, and your energy. The more you show that you value yourself, the more others will respect you. Genuine interest in others is one of the most powerful tools for building meaningful relationships. It's easy to fall into the trap of talking about yourself, but true connection comes from taking the time to listen, to care, and to deeply understand the person you're engaging with. When you show a real interest in someone, you make them feel valued, heard, and important. This is the foundation of trust and attraction. Listening with intention means more than just hearing words. It's about tuning into the speaker's emotions, body language, and unspoken thoughts. When you give someone your full attention, they can feel that you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're fully immersed in their experience. This level of listening shows that you care, and it fosters a sense of emotional connection that words alone cannot create. Men are drawn to women who make them feel seen, understood, and appreciated. The more you listen, the more you create space for meaningful conversation that goes beyond surface level interactions. Caring deeply involves empathy and emotional presence. It's about showing concern for their well-being, offering support when needed, and genuinely celebrating their victories. When you care for someone, they feel secure and valued in your presence. This kind of attention doesn't need to be over the top or dramatic. It's the small, consistent acts of care that build a solid foundation for connection. To connect deeply, you must open yourself up and be vulnerable. Allowing yourself to share your own thoughts, feelings, and experiences creates an atmosphere of mutual understanding and emotional closeness. Genuine interest isn't just about asking questions, it's about engaging in a way that shows you truly want to know the other person on a deeper level. Maintaining your independence is essential for creating a balanced and fulfilling relationship. It's easy to lose yourself in someone else when you're deeply invested, but the healthiest and most attractive individuals are those who continue to prioritize their own life, passions, and goals. Your personal growth and happiness should never be dependent on another person. When you have your own life, you not only remain true to yourself, but you also bring more to the relationship. You are a whole, complete individual, and this energy is magnetic. Keeping your own passions alive allows you to grow as a person outside of the relationship, whether it's pursuing your career, nurturing friendships, or engaging in hobbies that light you up. Your passions fuel your sense of purpose. When you're deeply connected to your own sense of self, you bring a level of fulfillment and energy that others are drawn to. Men are attracted to women who have their own vision, ambition, and goals because it shows that you are self-sufficient and secure in your own identity. You're not looking for someone to complete you. Instead, you seek someone to share your already fulfilling life with. Independence also allows you to set healthy boundaries. When you maintain your own life, you don't lose sight of what you want or need. You're able to maintain a sense of freedom that enhances the relationship rather than stifling it. It prevents codependency, where one person's happiness is entirely reliant on the other. Instead, you show that you value yourself enough to take care of your own needs while still being able to contribute to a healthy, supportive partnership. Your independence ensures that both you and the other person can grow individually while still nurturing your connection. Non-neediness is one of the most attractive qualities you can embody. It's the realization that you are whole, complete, and content with who you are. You don't need anyone to validate you or fill any void. This mindset shifts your entire approach to relationships and interactions, especially with men. When you stop chasing after someone, you shift the power dynamics in a way that fosters respect and genuine attraction. Chasing creates a sense of desperation, and desperation repels. When you pursue someone too intensely, you come across as insecure or overly eager, and this can lead to a loss of respect and interest. Instead, when you embrace non-neediness, you allow the other person to come to you. This doesn't mean being passive or waiting indefinitely, but rather creating a sense of mystery and intrigue. You remain open to connection, but you don't force it. You give them the space to pursue you, which shows that you have your own life and you're not dependent on them for your happiness. When you are secure in yourself, you understand that relationships should be a mutual exchange of energy, not one person constantly giving and chasing while the other takes. Non-neediness allows you to maintain your dignity and self-respect. You don't compromise who you are, your values, or your boundaries in order to win someone's affection. You're not willing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. This level of self-assurance is magnetic. Emotional connection is the bedrock of a lasting attraction. While physical attraction may spark interest, it's the emotional bond that keeps people coming back. Men, just like women, crave emotional intimacy, but often they are less inclined to express it openly. This is where your ability to connect on a deeper level comes into play. When you play to his emotions, you allow him to feel understood, valued, and supported. You tap into his deeper desires and fears, creating a sense of closeness that goes beyond surface-level interactions. To build this emotional connection, it's important to listen deeply and empathetically. Understand his emotions, his challenges, and what drives him. When you show that you truly care about his feelings, you make him feel safe enough to open up. Emotional vulnerability is a two-way street. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create space for him to do the same. This shared vulnerability creates a powerful bond that strengthens over time. Men often hide their emotions behind a tough exterior, but they long for someone who can see through it and connect with the person beneath. By acknowledging his feelings and providing a safe space for emotional expression, you build trust and intimacy. This emotional intimacy fuels attraction because it fosters a sense of deep understanding. When he feels emotionally supported and valued, he is more likely to invest in the relationship and remain committed. It's not about manipulating emotions or playing games, but about creating a genuine emotional connection that is based on respect, understanding, and empathy. When you engage with his emotions in an authentic way, you deepen the bond between you, making the attraction stronger and more lasting. Vulnerability is often misunderstood. Many people view it as a sign of weakness, something to be avoided at all costs. However, true vulnerability is not about being fragile or helpless. It's about being authentic and open. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you are showing the courage to reveal your true self, your fears, your hopes, your flaws, and your desires. This authenticity fosters deeper connections because it invites the other person to see you for who you truly are, not the mask you put on for the world. Being vulnerable doesn't mean oversharing or exposing your deepest wounds all at once. It's about allowing moments of emotional honesty in a way that feels natural and safe. Vulnerability is about sharing your feelings and experiences without the fear of judgment, knowing that it's a two-way exchange of trust. When you open up about your thoughts, emotions, and struggles, you create space for the other person to do the same. This mutual exchange strengthens the bond between you, making the relationship more meaningful and lasting. Authentic vulnerability is an invitation for closeness. It shows that you trust the other person enough to share your inner world, and this trust is what builds intimacy. By being open about your challenges or vulnerabilities, you demonstrate that you are human and allows the other person to connect with you on a deeper level. The key is to strike a balance. Vulnerability should be real and honest, but not overwhelming. It's not about using vulnerability to seek pity or sympathy, but rather to create an emotional depth that strengthens the relationship. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite genuine connection, and that's where real attraction and closeness grow. Consistency is the foundation of trust in any relationship. Words alone hold little weight if they are not backed up by consistent actions. Anyone can say what they think the other person wants to hear, but what truly matters is how they show up day after day. When your actions align with your words, you create a sense of reliability and stability that others can count on. This consistency is what builds trust and deepens connections. When you consistently follow through on your promises, whether big or small, you send the message that you are dependable and that your intentions are genuine. Trust is earned over time, and it's built through the repeated demonstration of your character. If you say you care, show it through your actions. If you say you're there for someone, prove it by consistently supporting them when they need it most. People notice when actions match words, and they begin to feel safe knowing they can rely on you. Consistency also applies to your behavior and emotional availability. If you are kind, respectful, and supportive one day, but distant or erratic the next, it creates confusion and uncertainty. Consistency ensures that you're emotionally dependable as well. It's about being present, showing that you are in tune with your partner's needs and being someone they can count on. Over time, this creates a deeper bond and a sense of security in the relationship. Without consistency, even the strongest connections can falter. If trust is built on fluctuating actions, it becomes fragile and easily broken. But when you consistently demonstrate your integrity, care, and commitment, you lay a strong foundation that strengthens the relationship over time. Trust is built through the little things consistently done over time. In conclusion, building and maintaining attraction in any relationship requires a combination of confidence, emotional depth, and authenticity. When you own your power and prioritize self-love, you create a strong foundation that draws others to you. By being unpredictable, you keep the excitement alive and maintain intrigue. Showing genuine interest and respect establishes trust and emotional connection, while maintaining your independence ensures you stay true to who you are. Non-neediness allows the relationship to grow naturally, with both partners contributing equally. By playing to emotions, embracing vulnerability, and being consistent, you foster a bond that goes beyond surface-level attraction and becomes something lasting and meaningful. At the core of all these principles lies the ability to remain true to yourself while building a connection with someone else. When you embody these qualities, you not only attract the right person, but you also create a healthy, dynamic relationship where both partners can thrive. Relationships aren't about chasing or needing validation. They're about mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision for the future. So remember, when you focus on being your best self, both for you and in the relationship, you'll create the kind of connection that brings lasting love and fulfillment.